Hello, everyone. Uh, for those who don't know me, I'm Michael Paul Wilson. I usually go by Paul. This is probably my fifth video, and it is about patience, trusting in the Lord, and God's timing. And how I've learned more than anything over this past year lessons in that, because one thing that's always had me my whole life is I'm a very impatient person. So I've had to work on patience all year long. And trusting in, I've learned some valuable lessons, and it's really taught me this year to trust in the Lord and be patient. And so believe me, I struggle daily with patience. And but I've come a long way. Uh, I've learned, to trust in the Lord instead of being impatient. Just draw closer to Him and trust in His timing, and that He'll open the doors and close the doors. It usually, when I'm out searching for doctor's appointments and new clinics and being proactive and, studying on cancer and seeing what is out there for Him, because I believe He wants us to be proactive. And I think if He doesn't want me to do it, He'll close that door. And that's what I pray for. And if He does, then He'll open the door and things will just pan out, and you have to be patient for that and trust in Him. And sometimes there's a long wait. And being impatient doesn't do anything. It just brings on frustration, anger, and a lot of things that draw you away from the Lord. And that's what the devil wants. And you don't want to do that. When you're waiting and you don't know what's going to happen, you just trust in the Lord and you pray. And you understand that His timing is better than your own understanding. And you go by His timing and just trust in Him, and you just pray. Every day, you get so much closer, and His timing is perfect. And when it comes, the door will open, and everything will just work out perfectly as planned. And the whole time, if you're doing that, then you are developing a wonderful relationship with the Lord. I've lost my temper several times and had to ask for forgiveness and really, reach out, to the Lord for forgiveness. A lot of times during that waiting period, I find gratitude. I'll find that I'm going to be grateful for everything, and I'm not going to worry about the outcome. I'm going to be grateful and thankful for my abilities that day, my relationship with Him, and just praise His name. And that will take your mind off waiting. And like I said, you just get more spiritually stronger in the Holy Spirit. Let the Holy Spirit just come and do and just fill you, and you just have such a peace and love. And you're just not as worried anymore, and it helps you with trusting in things. So I'm very grateful and thankful for all the lessons the Lord's taught me, and I wouldn't trade anything for the world. Being able to give my testimony, hopefully people can see Christ in me, and bringing people to the Lord. And I appreciate y'all listening to me. Just being funny, on a funnier note, I printed this off, because doctor visits are very frustrating. And like I said, you just have to learn to be patient and ask the Lord, look, you just open or close this door. But, I'm going to wait on your timing, because I spend a lot of times on hold. And, a lot of times I have to pray, I get frustrated. But I took a picture of me on hold. I got a picture of what I think it looks like when I'm on hold. But this is it. Not really. I shouldn't even joke around that, because that's ultimately death right there. But, it's like that sometimes, because you're just sitting there on hold, and you're on hold, and you're thinking, good grief. And I remember one doctor's appointment after they they told me, look, you're terminally ill. You got 2 to 3 months. We just don't see you going past that. Well, I'm researching and praying about it, and asking the Lord, what should I do for Him to guide me, for Jesus to guide me. And I felt led. I called this one place that I found, and prayed about it, and I believe the Lord wanted me to call them, and so I called this clinic, and asked them about clinical trials. And anyway, they're like, well, we'd probably get you in next month or something, and I'm sitting there thinking, well, see, I've been around 2 months. They told me 3 months is the next. So I told the lady on the phone, I said, well, I die next month. I was like, is there any appointment before that? I'd like to come in before I'm dead. And there was nothing, on the phone. And I was like, no, I'm just kidding. I was like, I'm patient. I'm trusting the Lord right now. So whenever you can get me in, and if I'm not supposed to go, I won't go. But that's just kind of a crazy sense of humor I have. But not a lot of people laugh at it. But anyway, thank y'all so much for listening, and just remember, patience is a virtue. I mean, it's just wonderful. And when you get frustrated, just trusting God's timing is better than your own understanding. Thank you so much.